mention of fighters wanting to fight the top guys like yourself. Obviously, Nero be fighting the top guy. One of your good friends, Teofimo Lopez, and another person that you cool with, Terence Crawford. They kind of went back and forth on Twitter and things like that.
Yeah, you go crazy.
Not really, not like asking like a personal stuff, but just like a fight perspective. Like, do you like a Teofimo versus Terence Crawford?
No, I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't know what Teo. Listen, I like Teo though. I like his, like, you gotta respect that he wants to fight the best, and he's been about it. Like, he's been called out Lomachenko way before he was even ready to even fight Lomachenko. Like, and
who's with Josh Taylor?
Yeah, Josh, bro. Like, he's been calling out these guys, and he means what he's saying. So I respect it, but Bud is too big for him. I think that Bud is too big for him, and Bud is a different type of fighter. So I don't know if that fight would really, be in Teo's best interest. But I respect it. That's the only thing I can really say. I respect it. I got to get my hat off for Teo for that, because we're in the era to where it's like people was really trying to make excuses to not fight each other. Granted, 2023 was a treat for boxing. It really was. But we need more. We need more. We got to keep it going. We got to continue to, give the fans what they want to see, because we've had too many years of a drought of fighters not fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? And now we're getting, Anthony Joshua might fight Deontay Wilder past their prime, Mayweather Pacquiao past their prime. We don't want that. We want these guys to be fighting when they're at their best. So, you guys, again, you got to just respect it.
Do you feel that the Crawford Spence was a past the prime, because it seems like Spence didn't allegedly use it as excuse, but he had cataract surgery.
Yeah.
There was like a post. I don't know if it was just him humoring himself versus really admitting to that's the reason, because he's always said this guy should be fighter of the year. Well deserved. He was saying stuff like I'm just putting not exact quotes, but just paraphrasing, I kind of got my ass beat with overdue. It's fair enough. You whipped my ass. But there was a thing that said why do you think I got hit by hooks and jabs, essentially. When you see a Crawford Spence fight, hindsight now, do you think Crawford is going to get the full credit, or do you think that these are kind of things to?
No, I already knew even before the fight that Crawford wasn't gonna get his full credit because of the car accident and the recovery whole aspect of that and everything like that was pretty tough. Didn't he get into 2 car accidents?
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? So it's I already knew people was gonna be oh, but before the car accident, he was this, he was that. Me as a boxer, I realized that it had nothing to really do. I mean, it could have, let's say, it could have the injuries and whatnot, could have done something about it, but it really is stylistically, Spence is just tailor-made for Crawford, honestly. Spence is just, I feel like he's really good at what he does, but Crawford just adapts and has more in his bag than Spence. And I feel like even if those things didn't happen with the car accidents and, the whole injuries and whatnot, I still feel like, Crawford would have won the fight. I don't know if in the same fashion, but I feel like in retrospect, it probably would have been a dominating victory still, because Crawford is just that strong. He's just that smart. He's just that type of person to adapt and, change up and do different things. I feel like it would have went Crawford's way, before the car accident or after. That's my opinion. But that's my opinion. Yeah, right? Yeah.
I know every generation likes to try to compare to current, right? So I think when Floyd was around, there would be Sugar Ray Leonard and all these type of things, So obviously in this era, I've heard a lot of people in comparison, not, you have your own journey, he has his own journey, but I'm sure you heard it a comparison of you and Terence a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts when you hear people compare you, to what would be considered a pound for pound, or if not the pound for pound fighter right now?
Oh man, to me, it being the same sentence as Terence Crawford as of right now is the best thing. You know what I mean? I do watch a lot of Terence. I try to take certain things from him as much as I do with other fighters, but I definitely take a lot from Terence in terms of you know, the way he fights in certain ways, because, you know, me and him have similar statures, like with the long arms and whatnot as well too, and the linkiness. Like, I try to see, you know, what I can do similar to what he does, because we have to, like, you know, use what we have to the best, you know, to the best of our abilities. And he uses his length and, you know, his reach, you know, very well. So I try to do the same in certain aspects. And then that switch that, you know, you could just turn it up at any time and just get the guy out of there. I kind of, like, you know, put that in my arsenal as well too. You know, just me being in the same conversation as Bud, it means a lot, for real. I appreciate that.
You know, with this year, you know, Terence mentioned, like, you know, he's probably gonna maybe, I don't know if he's like just saying it because at that moment he probably felt unappreciated that I might just do one more fight, I might be done. But, you know, with Terence, if he goes out of the picture wide open, you know, what type of fights and what fights you think will be needed throughout this year to kind of replace, you know, the top 1, 2, 3, 4? Because I think when Floyd retired, then later Dre retired, there was that Terence, Lomachenko, I think Canelo Triple G debate around that time. So now we're kind of seeing a cleanse. A lot of those guys leaving. Yeah. I know Inoue's still going to be there, but, you know, Terence leaving, I don't know how long. Spence is going to be around. So what fights do you think now would determine, like, the new crop of guys, you know, to kind of replace? I know people's been talking about Devin Haney, you know, after his performances. You know, do we need like a Devin Teo to determine these things?
To be honest, it's like you got to really look at that 140 division, 135, 140, really 140 at this point now. Yeah, you got to look at those guys, and, you know, those are the guys that's going to be more in conversation, because you're going to look at Devin, Teo, Tank, Shakur. I don't think Ryan is really in conversation about it as much anymore. But I think those top 4 guys, those are going to be the guys that's going to be able to be in that talk. You know what I mean? And, man, we got to start, you know, mixing and matching those guys up now at this point. I feel like we might get a big fight this year, but I hope things get on and popping 2025. 2025 is when everybody is just like, I think hopefully Shakur goes up to 140. Wow. I hope so, bro, because, you know, like, that's where everybody's at, bro. Everybody's going to be going on 140. I mean, I think Tank, you know, he's still playing at 135. I think they're saying, like, 140 might be too big for him. But, yeah, man, that mix and match is going to be dope. I'm really interested in see how that goes. But those are the 4 guys that are going to be in conversation for the pound for pound, who's the best, who's the new it guy.